Today we'll be talking about inheritance. So this is our program. Here I've written a hash include iostream using namespace std. After that I have a class which is named a, and this is my main function int main. So inside my class I have a private variable c, which is an integer data type, and after that in public I have a function called void add. So what is inheritance? So this is my first class. So after this I can use a second class called class b, which goes something like this. Yeah. So what all are in this public of a should be accessible in public of b, because whenever I call b, if sometimes I have the values which are from a, and sometimes that will be not declared in the scope. So to make them accessible throughout the program, I do something called overriding, that is making all the things which are available in the class a's public to be available in b. To make this inherited or overriding the same class, I need to write semicolon public, and from which the name of the class from which I need to override. So I am writing public, the name of the class is capital A. So this is how I inherit. So whatever is available in the public member of this particular super class will be available in this class B subclass. So this is the concept of the overriding and inheritance. So let us see the program for today. Our program says, imagine a publishing company of a market which has both books and autocassette versions. So we have to create a class called public. So let me show the program. I'll read out the each line of the question and write each piece of code for it. So here in my question it says the publishing company markets both books and autocassette versions. So that is their work. So here my program is to create a class called publications. That is my first work, and after that it has to store title of the book and price of the publication. So here I write, this is the main program, and after this main, using namespace std, I have my class called publications as mentioned in the question. After that I need the title and the price. Title will be a long many character words, so I am declaring that to be a string, and price will be an integer value or a float value as you wish, but I have taken an integer value, so I have declared it as int price. So after that the question says from the class derive two classes. So from this class publication, which is a super class, I need to derive two classes, which is book, and the other one is called tape. So their work is to publish both books and cassettes, right? So for one derived class I should take the name of the derived class to be book, and the other derived class will be tape. So in the book class I need to add the page count. I need to show the user how many pages will be there in the book, and in the class tape, second derived class from the super class publications, I should be showing them the playing time in minutes of the cassette. So for each of the three classes, there are three classes. The first class which takes the title and price, the second class for the book which shows the number of pages in the book, the third class which actually shows us the number of minutes or time played in the cassette. So it should get data and put data. The user will be the shopkeeper will be able to put the data, and the user, whenever he wants, he can take the data from it. So that is the program which should be constructed. So in the publication I use two functions called void get data, void put data. So void get data is when the user enters it. So I use the term cin. Get line is for the string character which I have declared over there. So cout, the title of the book is. So after reading this we will enter the name of the book. So that will get stored in the string title. So after that there will be another statement which is getting displayed which says enter the price of the book. and the price is taken and stored in price. So after this is the get data. So coming to the put data, it is going to display. So see out the title of the book, and the title is displayed. After that, the price of the book, the price is displayed. This is what happens in the class publications. So this is the super class. Now coming to the derived class, the class book, which is inherited from publications, as I've mentioned in syntax before. Here I am declaring int np. It is actually the variable which shows the number of pages. I have to declare it inside the scope. That is why I have wrote it in the private part of the derived class. So in the public, I again have two more functions, which is void get data and put data. Here in the get data, I actually ask the shopkeeper how many pages are in there in the book, and in put data, I actually display how many pages are there in the book. So book part is done. So coming to the third derived class, which is there, the third derived class is tape. So in tape, inheriting that from publications, here I have PM showing that this is a variable which shows for how many minutes the auto cassette is getting played. I have two more functions in the public of this class, derived class, which is get data and put data. Get data takes the input from the shopkeeper telling that these many minutes the video, and put data displays these many minutes are getting played in the cassette to the buyer. So in my main program, I am going to create the objects for the three classes. So publication is my first superclass, book is my one among the derived class, second derived class is going to be my tape. So I have created the objects for publication, book and tape. Publication P, book B, tape T. So these are the objects for each of the classes. So after that, the object of the first class publication dot get data. This means I'm using a connector between the function and the object. That means I'm calling the function. Now whatever is inside the function is executed by the compiler. So when I use the three get datas, the shopkeeper will be allowed to enter the data inside it. So all these data get datas will be invoked. This get data, and this get data of the three functions will be invoked, and all the values will get stored in the particular variables. So when the put data is called, all the things will get displayed for the user. This is how the program runs. So now let us compile and run the program and see the final output. So this is the program which I have explained. So when I compile and run this program, here it is. It asks me to enter the title of the book. If I enter something like Karunya, this is getting stored in the title, and I'm entering the price of the book to be 500. That gets stored. The number of pages in the book are, let me say it is 100, and the number of playing minutes of the tape is, I take it in the minute format, so I say 50 minutes. So everything is getting displayed here. So this part is going to be my get data part, and this part from this is the display part, and this is going to be my put data part. Thanks for watching the video.